Hello, you wonderful, wonderful people. It is Christmas time, and therefore it is time for the traditional Aquaholic Top 10. I filmed a Top 10 yachts, which has gone up recently. Today is the turn of the Top 10 super yachts, and it's been an absolutely fantastic year for super yachts this year. Better than ever. I think I filmed over 50 in the end. We filmed with some new brokers as well, some new manufacturers. It's just been incredible. And you guys have been incredible with your support of the channel. We've had over 35 million views. I'll tell you another interesting statistic, which YouTube informed me of recently. This year we've had over 40,000 comments. And that is just brilliant. I love reading your comments, and I try and read all of them. I bet I've read 39,500 of those. A few slipped through when people reply to comments that are already on there, but all the new fresh comments I inevitably see and respond to if necessary. I love chatting to you guys. It's brilliant, and I really love the support in the community and just the great feeling that we've got with all of you guys. It's brilliant. It makes the channel, it makes it all worthwhile, and we'd be nothing without you. So a huge thank you is the very, very first thing to say. Anyway, let's talk about super yachts. It has been a mega year, and the interesting thing as well is we're starting to get now aboard some even bigger and even better super yachts. I think as Aquaholic continues to grow, not just in size but also in its standing within the super yacht community, more and more brokers are thinking, yeah, we'd love to get you guys on board, and we're doing more stuff, and it's all to the good. It's to the good for everybody, really. It's great for me, of course. It's great for you guys, I hope, and it's great for the brokers and manufacturers and so on who get on board with us. So yeah, it's a real win-win, and that's a fantastic thing. Anyway, enough waffle. We should talk about boats. Now, I've whittled it down to 10, and it was tough. It was really tough because there were a good 20 boats that absolutely had to be in the top 10 and of course couldn't be. So there are some honourable mentions. One of the manufacturers and dealers that we got involved with for the first time in 2023 was Ocean Alexander via MarineMax, who are the dealers in the USA for those. And we filmed 3 yachts with them, a 28E, a 32E and a 37 Legend. And they were all beautiful boats, I have to say. They were contemporary, they were some interesting layouts, they were intelligently configured, intelligently laid out. I liked them all very, very much, and I really wanted to get one into the top 10, but honestly, it was so tough. It was so tough. And talking of which, there's an ISA 45 GT. Now, any other year, that wouldn't just be in the top 10, that would have won the top 10. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. Absolutely incredible. And yeah, really deserved to be in there. And as I say, I think it's testimony to the caliber that we've got this year that it isn't, but I felt bad about that one not making it through. There is another ISA in the top 10 rankings, however, so, you know, hopefully those guys won't feel too bad about that. San Lorenzo, we filmed a little bit with San Lorenzo again this year, and we filmed the SL 106A, and that's just one of those boats that just works so very, very well. A great layout, a great setup, nice quality, fantastic specification choices. Everything about that boat is right. And yeah, deserved to be in the top 10. Didn't make it, sorry San Lorenzo, but yeah, should have been really. I went on board a Harkvort 34 meter. We filmed one of those before, and they're a sort of classic style boat, and I absolutely love them. And again, would have been very, very easy to put that into the top 10. Would have been easy to put it in the top 5, but something had to give. I'm afraid that was it. I went on a 136 Intermarine that Denison Yachts had for sale out in Fort Lauderdale, I think that one was. And that was beautiful. I love the interior in particular. That would have been nice to put in there. Didn't quite make it. What else? We filmed a Riva super yacht for the first time, thanks to Allied Marine, who we filmed with for the first time. Really nice guys, really enthusiastic. And I had that one in the top 10 for a long time, and it just got edged out. But it was a great boat, really contemporary, lovely styling, very Italian. It was interesting reading the comments on that one, actually, because some people really got it and really loved it, and some people really didn't. It did divide opinion a little bit, but I think that's not a bad thing, because, you know, there's nothing worse than being bland and nobody's got an opinion at all. So yeah, classy boat, I thought. And then there's a Horizon FD 110, and they just, it's classic Horizon. They just do everything so well. The space, the finish, the layout, really, really nice boat, and really deserving of a top 10 space. Just didn't quite make it. didn't quite make it, but yeah, lovely, lovely thing, and certainly worth an honourable mention. So given that illustrious list of boats that didn't quite make it, what on earth did? Must have been special, right? It was really special. Here it is, the top 10. In at number 10 was a beautiful 1967 Bonetti. It had been refitted in 2018 and it was just stunning. It was so nice to be aboard, so nice to see. And you know, you kind of thought Hercule Poirot was going to appear out of a cabin at any minute and conduct a murder mystery. It was that sort of boat, or maybe, you know, P.G. Wodehouse, Jeeves and Wooster. You could imagine that. It had that vibe, it had that feel, it was wonderful. But of course it was refitted with all the modern facilities, so you know, air conditioning and other bits and pieces. So you didn't lose out on that, but what you gained was an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous piece of floating art, really. My favourite bit was the sun deck. The sun deck, the aft end in particular, in fact the whole sun deck actually. The front was good, but the aft end was spectacular. And yeah, that was a beautiful, beautiful boat. This is the access to the flybridge. You can see here the Bonetti logo on the side. We're going to come around here. And this then is the flybridge. And then we could come right up here. This would be the ultimate lunch spot, wouldn't it? It's catered for by this area. So we've got things like, the right one first. There we go, barbecue underneath there, and then over here ice maker, fridge, so again all the modern amenities, and then this wonderful dining area, relaxing area, call it what you will, in the shade of the Bimini. Look at this back here, isn't this lovely? That is fantastic, isn't it? What a wonderful, wonderful spot to relax and enjoy and just chill out with your friends or your family. In at number 9 was a wider 150, a 47-metre yacht. And the interesting thing about that was I was actually there to film the boat next door, and the guys said, why don't you film our wider we've got here as well? I'm like, oh yes, please. It was right at the very end of the show. In fact, the show had finished by the time I came out again. So good of them to hang on and let me do that. And that was spectacular. It was a 2016, I think, but it felt like it was a, I don't know, 2050. It felt like it was from the future. In particular, the bridge, which was just spectacular. I mean, like something out of a sci-fi film. And the drive system as well, because what they'd done with that was, rather than the usual engines, shafts, propellers, they had put 4 massive diesel motors up in the bow, but they were basically generators, and they drove electric propulsion systems back aft, which actually powered the boat along. And what that did was a couple of things. It made it apparently exceptionally quiet. We didn't go out on it, so I didn't get to experience that, but I can imagine that's true because the engines are so far away from the accommodation. But also it made space for an absolutely massive beach club area and garage. And in fact, I think you can get something like a 32-foot tender into that, which is spectacular on a 47-metre yacht. But yeah, that was incredible. That was really, really special. I was delighted to see that. This one then takes us into here. Check this out. And now you're really starting to understand that this ain't no ordinary yacht. This basically uses isopods. So it has a generator system. It has 4 huge generators up in the bow for motive power, and I will show you those. And then they send power back to the electric isopods at the back. And you can see here, and please don't ask me to explain it because I haven't got a clue, some of the systems for running this. These are great. These actually power in and out these sections here, so you can have them wrapped around, or you can retract them back if you want to. There we go. That's powering that one over there. Look. And then this button on this side does this one. Unbelievable. Just staggering. Okay, back out through here. That is stunning, isn't it? Let's press on. Lots and lots of ground to cover with this one. In fact, just finding my way around it is going to be a bit of a challenge. So hopefully we won't have to double back on ourselves, and hopefully we won't forget anything, but let's see how we get on. Okay, round here then is this lobby area, the steps that go up. We will go up those in a moment, but we're going to head down to the lower deck. I love the finishes in here. This, the sort of marble finish on the floor, this handrail built in here. It's again also light and contemporary. I must show you in here. This is the server area. You geeks gonna love this. Look at this. Fantastic. Number 8 goes to the Majesty 111. Now Majesty are always really clever with their layouts, but that boat, which was a 34 metre, was exceptional in that had a main deck owner's cabin. That's pretty normal, and then you normally go downstairs and you expect to find 4 cabins down there, but there were 5, and it was one of those boats where you couldn't quite work out how they did it because all of them were a great size, nothing felt compromised. It was huge. They'd also got another saloon into the upper deck, which again on a boat of that size is very, very rare. It was a very, very impressive boat. They'd done a really good job with that one, and it was nice to see the very, very latest from Golfcraft Majesty. I love this lighting in around here, gently illuminating the marble. It's such a classy job. There we go. Okay, so what we've got here then, interestingly, on a circa 110 foot boat, you would expect to find 4 cabins down here. I certainly did. When I had a look around earlier, I was very surprised to find, in fact, there are 5. This is clearly one of them. But what's interesting, I think, is the fact that what we have just looked at, that's AV equipment, by the way, in behind there, is the normal lower deck layout you'd expect to find on a yacht of this size. What you wouldn't expect is to come forward and discover there's a really spacious VIP cabin up here. Look at this. That is genuinely unusual on a boat of this size. So we have 5 cabins down here, plus the owner's cabin up on the main deck. So 6 in total. That is some impressive packaging. The upper deck, another thing you don't always get on a yacht of this size, is a sky lounge. Sometimes you come up and you've just got the bridge and then on up from there, but this one has proper sky lounge. So terrific area here. Bar area, of course, fully equipped along there, but what's nice is they've put a big, really big TV into here, and that means, of course, this makes a great cinema area at night. Number 7 was an interesting one. I was at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show and a gentleman came up to me and told me he was a big fan of AQUAHOLIC, which is lovely to hear always, but then he said he had a super yacht at the show and I should come and see it because it was rather special. And he was right. I did go and see it, and he gave me a really good tour of it. He was a lovely, lovely chap, and spent a lot of time with him. And the yacht was a 112-foot Westport. It was built, I think, 2001 or 2002, but it had just had an absolutely massive refit. And the depth that he'd gone into with the detail of this refit was incredible. It really was. It was just infused with his personality and his taste, and some really clever, sensible, intelligent thinking. And that boat went down a storm with you guys. The comments on that were some of the most positive comments I've ever had on any yacht. And yeah, it just deserved a place in the top 10 for that, really, because you guys loved it, I loved it, and it was a fascinating boat to have a look at. As I say, a lot of money just been spent on it. To be precise, $7.7 million, and it is worth every penny. That's just the refit, that's not including the cost of the boat. Now there are a couple of things that the owner stressed to me, and that was that he wanted a boat for him and his family that was designed to be about the journey and not the destination. So he wanted something that was just a really comfortable place to be, whether you're at sea, whether you're at anchor, whether you're in a harbour. And some of the things that he's done on this, for example, a perfect example in fact, he's very, very conscious about noise on yachts. So this would normally be operated by 2 air conditioning chillers. This one is operated by 4, so that it keeps the noise levels right down. And if I just stop talking for a change, you can probably tell just how quiet that is. And this, which would normally be a guest area on this yacht, is a crew area. Of course, all of this is new. And the detailing that has gone onto here, so for example, there's an extractor fan, that's nothing new. That's underneath here, and it's quite a powerful one. The problem with extractor fans is that you end up with negative pressure and it ends up pulling smoke back in. So what this does is it has a sensor so that when you start to detect negative pressure, it starts to feed air back in through this one here. So it's not just out, it's air in, and that means that it takes away all of the fumes, all of the cooking smells. The attention to detail on here is just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So much thought gone into this. I actually spent probably, I don't know, best part of an hour with the owner going through this one, and it is impressive. This one then takes us on into the engine room. It's air conditioned. The engines, as I say, they've been taken right back to sort of 0 hours standard. And this is as clean and as perfect as the rest of the boat. Number 6, an Azimuth Grande 32 metre. Azimuth are good at this kind of stuff, and it's Italian styling, and just a big, spacious, classy, beautifully put together yacht. Just felt right. The whole yacht just felt right. And yeah, a very, very special thing to look around, a very, very special thing to bring you guys. That was a nice thing to get on board. They will glide gently open to reveal this. Look at that. This is what I mean about the Italian styling. It's low-key, subtle, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And look at this furniture. It's absolutely exquisite. It's very much what I'm talking about when I talk about the Italian detailing. There's little bits of dark, highly polished wood and the slightly more matte finish around here. A lot of work goes into making these look absolutely fantastic. If you come into here, you might have noticed this on the outside, but there's a massive floor-to-ceiling window. Again, when you're out at anchor, the view out across here is fantastic. And what's great is that the decks go up and over this. So when you've got the curtains open, nobody's walking past. You've got total privacy when you're out at sea. The bed here, of course, probably worked that one out for yourself. And again, with this beautiful cabinetry. Just looks fantastic. Dressing area over here, again with that massive, almost floor-to-ceiling window. There's blinds, of course, that come down over those and curtains, but the view out of a morning, well, you can see for yourself, it's just dramatic. This area, so the twin sinks, the toilet is on this side. Look how beautifully the floor's done in here. It's just stunning. It's lots of little areas like that that just delight you through the whole boat. Just add a bit of interest. Just gives that sense of luxury, doesn't it? And the shower then is on the other side, so big, full walk-in shower. And again, that sort of teak detailing on the deck head. Magnificent. Okay, back out of here, let's take a last look at that one, and then we'll press on. Look at the way that they've brought this banister rail down, and swept it round, matched it with this one. A lot of thought gone into this. So we'll come down here, we'll head aft first of all. Look at this, all the way down and around, it's beautiful. Number 5 was a 56 metre ocean fast that Denison Yachts had for sale. I actually went over for the Miami show, I got there a day early, and they'd organised a car and a driver to take me around and film a few of their yachts that weren't at the show, that were dotted around Fort Lauderdale. But this one was up at Palm Beach. It was a bit of a drive to get up there from Miami, but oh, it was worth it. It was so worth it. 56 metres long, 2004 build. Ocean fast yachts are always spectacular anyway. They're always a really interesting yacht, but this was just, for so many reasons, for the sheer size of it, for the fit out of it, for the crew cabins, which were spectacular. The whole crew area was spectacular. The whole thing really, it was, you know, we talk about a little ship feel on some of these yachts. This wasn't a little ship feel, this was just a ship feel. It was just immense. And what was great was I was given the full run. I was given a full tour of the yacht, and then take your time, have a good look round, and film whatever you want. And I filmed every inch of that one. It was a great boat to bring to you guys. Finished up right on the very top, looking out over Palm Beach. It was a great tour. It was a fabulous yacht, and I was really, really pleased to be able to do that one. Thank you, Bob Dennison. And what this is giving actually is the dining area. That's the first thing that we come to right here, the internal dining area. And it means that you're kind of surrounded by glass. When these doors are shut, of course you can have them open if you want to on a nice day. But that is a wonderful place to dine, isn't it? If we head on through a little bit further, that is the access down to the guest accommodation. We will, of course, go and have a look at that, but I want to show you the main deck first, and I want to show you this. Look at that! That is absolutely magnificent, isn't it? So that's just a massive, well, it's a social space, it's a saloon area. And I love the woodwork in here, this sort of gentle matte finish, pale colours, the lighting, everything. It is just exquisite. These doors are finished with a stainless steel. Unbelievable. And if you come around again, we've got the casino. Check this out. Now, of course, I guess if you wanted, you could take this out and you could have this as a really big, formal internal dining area. This is how the current owner has it laid out. But yeah, I think big dining table across there if you wanted it, that would fit in there very, very nicely. But that's a bit of fun. Great on an evening to come and play here, that'd be fantastic. Now the galley is up here, the crew are on board and this boat is in use, so we're not going to linger too much, but they do know we're coming, so we have got permission to film in here. This is basically the galley area. It's just huge. Hi there. Hey. There we go. As I say, we won't stop. We'll press on. More refrigeration over here. And then there is this area here. Hello there. There we go. That is the crew mess area. The boat will accommodate up to, I think, 12 crew, and then there's a captain's cabin separate as well. So we'll show you those, and we'll find those down here. I'm having to try and remember my bearings on this one because there's so much to look at. Number 4 was a Lursen 73 metre. Now, if you thought the Ocean Fraus was big, and it was big, this was another league again. I think it is the largest yacht that we've ever filmed for AQUAHOLIC. We actually had a lady that came around the yacht with us. A lot of people said, we keep seeing this lady crop up in your video. Who was she? Well, she was our guide, and we needed her because honestly, until you get orientated on that yacht, it was just so big and so complex in terms of its layout that you would get lost, and we did. So it was great to have her along to help guide us in the right direction. But the yacht itself, absolutely spectacular. It's a 1994 build. It had a 2-year refit, and it was being chartered by the Ahoy Club. They're the guys that invited us on board. So it is a boat that you can charter if you want to and spend some time on. But it's kind of hard to put into words. You talk about a 56 and then you talk about a 73 and you think, well, okay, that's what, 50% bigger. It's not, it's like 200% bigger because the beam goes out, the height goes up, the decks increase. It was just immense. Everything about that boat was immense. The whole thing was just staggering. And it was a real privilege to get on board a yacht of that size and to bring it to you guys. Now this is really clever because it's the VIP cabin. Now what they've done with this is you can have this as another lounge area for people generally, but there are pocket doors that slide out from here. So what you can do if you want to is you can close the VIP cabin off at this end and keep this as if you like a day space for people, or if you prefer, you can close the doors off at this end and this becomes part of the VIP, like so. Okay.
Now I think we're on the owner's deck.
We are indeed. We need to head
deck?
owner's deck, I believe.
Okay.
We'll head forward. Now some people are coming out of there.
How are you?
Very well. How are you?
Great, thank you.
Just having a look at your beautiful treatment room.
Of course. Any information, please ask away. I'm here to help.
Thank you very much. What they've done with it is they've put a big skylight up in the centre, so you get a lot of natural light. Because obviously doing makeup and that kind of thing, you want to make sure that you've got it the right colours when you're outdoors.
I know, when you're doing your makeup or mine, you
yeah,
really
exactly.
like that natural light, I know. But it's got all the, this is for facials I think, and obviously you've got a massage bed and yeah, all the equipment for all of your treatments.
Fantastic.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the master suite. So from this threshold forward, doorway here, in we go. There are wardrobes down here. We're not going to open them because they've got a lot of the owner's gear in here.
Yeah, actually, this was all the this is all what we call his wardrobes, because in here are the wardrobes for her.
Yeah, indeed. We need to show this as
Oh
well.
yeah, this is amazing. I'll do the button.
Okay, it's the bottom left. So this is natural lighting through here, but if Marion hits the button, look at that. It goes clear, and you can see up through. We're actually looking up through the pool up on the top deck, which we'll go and have a look at obviously shortly.
Beautiful.
Okay, forward again.
Got his and her bathrooms,
Yep,
or his and his, or her and her.
exactly.
This is the smaller bathroom, I think. It's got a lovely double shower. Did you check this out?
Yeah, I love the way they've done these sort of bulkhead finishes.
Yeah.
It just looks fantastic, doesn't it? It is a double shower. You're absolutely right. You've got 2 shower heads there.
Now, I have never had a shower in a shower with another person having a shower.
Have you not, Marianne?
No, I haven't. This is an infrared sauna.
Yes.
So you can have your sauna experience, have all that lovely heat, but not have a big source of heat.
Yeah.
I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
And then this one, this is hers.
Okay, round again, and this then is into. Yes. So what you've got here is basically a 180-degree view out all the way around. The TV, of course, will retract, and it is spectacular.
Okay.
Here we go. Now we are pretty much up on top. Unbelievable. Yeah, you get an impression now of the height that we're at compared to some really very large super yachts alongside, and you were looking down on top of them. We're looking down into the top deck of the one next door. Okay, so
Is it down and around that way?
I think it must be, yeah. Okay, we're going to go on down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Here we go.
We've got this stuff. We know where we're going.
We should have had a map. I'm really hoping that the scale of this yacht comes across, because, you know, while wandering around it, but you know, if I stop and watch Marianne walk up there, you can just get the feeling of how long and how big this is. There's the name correlation. And there she is from here.
Wow.
That's just astonishing. I mean, there's a 70-foot Princess going past, and you can see how we dwarf that. Just absurd. Brilliant. In at number 3 was a 32-metre Fed ship built in 1969. Now, this had had just the most astonishing refit, which has started in 2014, completed in 2021, cost $20 million. And it's kind of hard to describe. I've seen a lot of refitted yachts before, of course, but this didn't feel like a refitted yacht. This just felt like we'd been transported back in time to 1969, and we were quite simply on a brand new yacht. It didn't feel like an old yacht that'd been brought bang up to date. It just simply felt new, absolutely new. Of course, the things that weren't 1969 were things like the brand new modern air conditioning system, navigation system, camera system, all the modern facilities, AV equipment, everything was absolutely bang spanking up to date. And so you had this incredible mix of feeling like you'd gone back in time, and yet with all of the current facilities and things that make life so comfortable these days. It was astonishing. And the thing with it wasn't just that it was so beautifully done. It was that it was so beautiful, full stop. It was a gorgeous, gorgeous looking yacht. The interior was stunning. It had the most marvelous dining room I think I've ever seen. And it was a proper dress for dinner, port and cigars, gentleman's motor yacht. It was beautiful. You've got up-to-date refrigeration, of course, but it's all housed within the classic design. You haven't lost any of that style. Just beautiful. Dishwasher is here. Trash compactor next to it. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. There we go, how's that? It's just so impressive everywhere. And again, look at this modern monitoring system here. So the crew can keep an eye on stuff from here without having to go up to the bridge. There's another galley down here. And in fact, engine room is through there. I will show you that, of course, in a moment. But we'll check out this area first. So mess area just here, there's TV in here. And then you've got some really nice cabins, actually. I mean, this is, again, it's guest cabin quality, isn't it? It's lovely. How nice is that? There's all, of course, hanging lockers around here, and then this has its own ensuite with a separate shower tucked away in there. Again, the same modern air conditioning controls, the same light fittings. We've even got a little backup for that monitoring system that we saw. And now we'll take a turn around here. So again, we've got another dishwasher. We've also got the laundry facilities are here as well. More really big modern refrigeration. And then this is the doorway in through to the frankly spectacular, and again, all with modern Bonning monitoring equipment, engine space. Look at this. Let's come around, check out these engines. Look at that. Fabulous, isn't it? Okay, let's go back down this side. The last thing to show you is the sun deck up on top. So we'll come back down here. There we go. Seating at the back. Life rafts tucked away on the aft area here. This is actually a boat deck. This is where your tenders would go. So you can see the cranes for them here and on here. So they swivel out, crane the tenders up, bring them in, put them on the deck here. And you'd probably have something suitably traditional, wouldn't you? I don't think you'd put an orange rib on here, for example. Again, with the satellite domes on the top, so that modern technology on a classic yacht. You know, sometimes with an older boat it pays not to get the camera too close. Here, it doesn't matter because everything just feels so perfect. So at number 2, we're really getting to the how can you possibly top the stuff that's already gone? Well, we did, because number 2 is a Tankoa 50-meter yacht, brand new, filmed down in Monaco, absolutely stunning. Now, you'd expect a 50-meter yacht to be stunning anyway, but this was elevated even beyond the sheer size of it by the quality of the finish. It was stunning. The mix of woods, the marble, everything about that boat was just gorgeous. And then on top of that was things like the AV equipment. So they'd really, really gone to town with this. For example, on the upper deck saloon was a massive flat screen TV that quite literally rolled up. It rolled into a box. It was amazing. But that was nothing compared to what was on the foredeck, because what was on the foredeck was this incredible 144-inch daylight viewing screen that folded into thirds and retracted completely away when you didn't want it, but you could bring it out and had this incredible outdoor cinema. It had surround sound, there was a jacuzzi you could sit in and watch the films from if you wanted to, as well as the seating area. It was spectacular. The whole yacht was spectacular, but it was sort of layered upon layer with things like the AV equipment, with things like the finish of the interior, with things like the layout generally. It was just mind-blowing. Any other year, number 1 for sure. It was incredible. The whole interior has been done by the owner's interior designer, and the look and the style and the finish on here is exceptional. It is a properly no expense spared machine, and it is just beautiful. And the space is just wonderful. And look at the finish of things like this. It's incredible. Okay, we're going to head on through. I'm just fantastic. This is just amazing. But this is so big that there's also a main deck VIP cabin, and that's this one. Isn't that gorgeous? This is a drop balcony. So this whole bulkhead here will drop down and create this area out here. What a place for an evening sundowner or a morning coffee, because you can sit out here. That's your view out forward. If we spin on round, you can actually look right down the side of the yacht. Look at the size of these fenders. Everything on here is just, well, it's to scale, isn't it? And that scale is massive. Look at this, the way this is shaped and curved. Oh. Again, with the stunning finishes in places like this. Amazing. Guest cabins here, there's 4 guest cabins down on this deck, so you've got 6 cabins in total. Masses and masses to show you on here, and all of it absolutely fascinating. And we are going to go into every area. We're going to the crew areas, we're going to the engine space, the beach club, the garage, the upper deck, the bridge, the lot. But we're going to be very careful how we... Hi, sorry, I'll sneak through here, no problem.
Second time.
There we go. No problem at all. No problem at all, I promise. There we go. On up. Again, we're seeing this lovely dark wood again as we come up here. Okay, so what's the best way to go? Look at this. Let's have a quick look at the bridge. That's up through here. And here we are getting into the little ship arena, aren't we? Look at this. Unbelievable. Navigation screens, camera screens, a lot of equipment here. Radars, controls, communications, all that kind of stuff. Some of which I just don't recognise. And then we will beat these people to it and head up to the sky deck. Now you might start to hear a movie running, and that's because they've got the other cinema area up and running, which I'm going to show you in just a moment. So we've got sunbathing at the back here. We've got bar area here, again with another TV that comes out of here. We've got a tremendous social seating area, and you can fold these tables out, so if you want to dine here you can do, but what a great relaxing space that is. And if you come right up forward, we've got the hot tub, and if we come right up forward, past the sunbeds, we will find a 4-deck cinema zone. Look at this! So against that illustrious list, what could possibly top what's gone before? Well, I can tell you that it was an ISA Classic 65, an absolutely incredible steel hull, aluminium superstructure, beautiful 65-metre yacht. Now I filmed this down in Monaco, and when I went to Monaco I filmed, I think, 7 yachts. But I actually said when we left that if the only yacht I filmed was this one, it would have been worth it. And that absolutely proved to be true. It was spectacular. 6 decks, if you include the stores on the lowest possible deck and the sun deck up on the top. There were 9 crew cabins for 16 crew. It was 40 foot wide. It was just mind-blowing, but it wasn't just the sheer size of this thing. It was the way that it had been done, because it was staggering. The detailing that went into this, the features, the design, it was incredible. There was this staircase, this spiral staircase that wound right down through the whole yacht with this incredible sculpture that rose up through the middle of it. Just beautiful. And then one other thing which I've never seen done before, normally you'll have the accommodation towards the centre and front of the boat on the lower deck, and then you'll have the engines further aft, and then behind that you'll have the beach club, and that's exactly what this yacht had. So normally to get to the beach club you come up from the accommodation across the saloon area, because the engines are underneath, and then down. This yacht was so big that they put a passageway between the accommodation and the beach club so that you could literally just walk straight through. But what made it special was huge glass panels on either side, so as you walk through, you walk between this beautiful MTU 4000 series engines on either side of you, straight through to the beach club. It was incredible. The ideas and design and finish of this thing were off the scale, truly mind-blowing. There are super yachts and there are super yachts. This is the latter, one of the largest and most magnificent yachts I've ever stepped foot aboard. This is an ISA 65 Classic by Palumbo Yachts. It's 65 meters, it's a steel hull, it's an aluminium superstructure, and it is absolutely off the scale incredible. If we come up through here, we have things like crew routing. So this side of the boat, we've got a pantry in through here. Let's have a quick look, like so. And that stairway then goes right down, all the way down through the whole ship for the crew, so that they can come and go very discreetly. Marvellous. This is what we were looking at from that forward section a second ago. Again, this magnificent area, this is the best view on the boat. because you can sit here, you're cruising down the coast, and that is your view. Just incredible. And you can see there the hot tub that we were looking at just a moment ago. Check this out. Lovely casual area for an evening. We've got a self-playing piano over here. We've got the bar area. We come right around here actually. You remember I mentioned that crew routing? Well, again, you've got the same thing in through here. And that's the stairway that we saw when we were in the pantry area upstairs. We've got crew in here, so we'll carry on a bit further, but steps are down there to further crew areas. We'll see all that with a bit of luck. I can remember where I'm going. Into here, first of all. This is the office. So you need to catch up with your emails. This is the place to come. Got a sofa here as well. Even this has got its own ensuite with a shower. Like so. And what it also has is its own balcony. And we'll find these in the owner's cabin as well, of course. But yeah, isn't that wonderful? This isn't little ship stuff. This is just ship stuff. And we are, if I'm counting correctly, down to the main deck now. So this should, yes, this is where it came on. And the waterfall's running now. Let me just show you this. So we've got this fantastic seating area here. So this is your main saloon basically, just huge, a really sumptuous, comfortable, wonderful, relaxing space. Dining areas here, in fact there are doors that slide across here. If you want to close this off and keep this separate, then you can do. And then of course doors across here as well. This is where we came on and came up. In fact we came up that one. And that was the pool that we saw, but we now have the waterfall running as well. The owner's cabin. And this, well of course, this is just spectacular. Now I mentioned there was a little secret door in there. The reason there's a little secret door in there is because this balcony, which has a drop section that goes down, obviously we can't drop it at the minute because we're alongside another boat, but when you're out at anchor you might have that down and the railings around. If you haven't got it down, of course, this is still a perfectly usable area, or if you're underway, for example, you could have this up. But yeah, that there is that secret door, and what that means is that with these curtains closed, this can be set up for breakfast, and when the owners wake up, they can come out, pull the curtains, step through. This is all set up with the coffee and the croissants and ready to go. Or whatever else they choose, of course. But look at this, look at this. This is a yacht that just keeps on giving, isn't it? It's absolutely spectacular. Another balcony on the other side, we'll go and look at that in a minute, but we'll go forward into the ensuite first of all. Definitely worth a double mirror wave. And then here is the galley. And it is every bit as spectacular as the rest of the yacht. So this is a mess area, again, commensurate with the quality and the size of this yacht. Look at this, look at the space they've got. So it's a very comfortable place to relax, to catch up with your colleagues, and just to be. We've got TV in here, we've got monitoring system for the yacht, so we can watch all the camera systems. Not going to open everything because this is a bit of a private area, but we've got cold storage in here, so there's fridges about the place. And then this area here. Now if we have a quick look through here, we're just going to look at one of these. There are crew cabins all the way through here. I think there are 8 of them, so 16 crew, plus there's a captain's cabin, don't forget. And they've opened one for us to have a look at. That's in here, just to give you a flavour of what it's like for the crew on this yacht, and it's great. Look at the size of this. Okay, I think we've topped out, haven't we? That's 8 Miele appliances, and we saw 2 others somewhere, didn't we? So 10. I think that's a record. Wow. That's fantastic. And it's on 2 levels. Look, there's a gantry along here. That is unbelievable. Look at this. We're underneath the swimming pool. I'm beside myself, you can probably tell. So that's it. That is the AQUAHOLIC top 10 of super yachts. Do please let me know what you think. I'm always really keen to read your comments and respond to them. Like and subscribe, as proper YouTubers always say, but most of all, have an absolutely fantastic Christmas. Tell your loved ones that you love them. Enjoy your time, and we will catch up with you again in 2024. Lots more planned, lots more great stuff to bring you, and we'll look forward to catching you on the water very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.